Hi everyone, this is Rajendra Prasad. People call me RP Sir generally. All of you know from other institutes. Previously, I worked in AS Academy, Gate Forum, and other institutes. These are the subjects I'll be taking in an academy, mainly for civil branch. And this is the subject engineering, design, and drawing. I'll be taking for which one? All branches of engineering. Whenever you are subscribing for the plus courses, don't forget to use my code RP Civil. Whenever you are using my referral code RP Civil, then only you'll be getting 10% discount, and also other benefits you'll be getting like free test series and all other details I'll be providing. And coming to the courses which I have started, the complete course on transportation engineering, it was already over. It was completed on 17th June. Presently, these two courses are running in July. Complete course on structural analysis, complete course on airport engineering, right? So please be hurry in subscription because at present, because of this COVID-19 situation, we have to go for online platform only. When it comes to online platform, the best option is Unacademy, already. So you can compare with other online platforms and check. And when you are subscribing, don't forget to use this code RPCV. Now, coming to this topic, bending moment, archer, and a bow. So, what is the relation between bending moment, archer, and bow? If you just observe, it looks quite interesting. If you say so, this person is archer. What he will be doing? This is your bow, you can say, and this is your bowstring, and this is your arrow, and he will be pulling this arrow by some force or not, and he will be releasing that arrow. Then it will be going and hitting the target like that. So, what the archer is doing? Archer is applying the pull, and this is your bow, and this is your bowstring, and here some bending moment is developed at this or not? Yes or not? At the midpoint of this bow. So that is what we are going to calculate, right? When archery is applied, a pull, the bowstring is subjected to tension, and what is the bending moment generated at this place? That is what we are going to calculate here. That is a relation between bow, archer, and bending moment. And now if you just observe, this portion is called as your limb, you can say. This portion is also called as limb, and the central portion is your riser, where the archer will be holding the bow, and this portion is called as your string, right? Thread like arrangement. And here, what this limb will be doing each and every part, if you observe, this limb, what it will be doing? It will be storing the energy doing draw, right? During draw means what? So whenever before he releasing the arrow, he'll be just pulling it in the backward direction or not. That pulling is called as what? A draw or pull, you can say, right? During this draw, it will be, who will be storing the energy? This limb will be storing the energy. And what the so and again this riser will be there, it is acting like a frame, means keeping all arrangements together, and this is your arrow. And what will happen here? String, whenever you are drawing by means of this pull, some pull p we are applying in this direction, and who will be storing this energy? This string only will be storing this energy, right? This string will be which one? It is transferring the energy to which one? It is transferring this energy to limbs, right? So now limbs are storing the energy during which one? This draw, you can say. And here, what is the main principle of this archery? This L, you can say L or B is the symbol, we can give whatever it is the symbol, draw length. F or P, whatever the symbol you can give for this draw weight or draw pull. And here, during this drawing condition, right, whenever this fellow is drawing this arrow in the backward direction, what is happening? Energy is stored in the bow when it is drawn or not. Which energy is stored? He'll be pulling it over some draw length, na? So that is a potential energy, that force p or f into draw length, that is your potential energy stored. And here, when you are releasing, what will happen? When the arrow is released, what will happen? This arrow is moving with some velocity or not? Now it is having which energy? Kinetic energy. So when you are drawing, that potential energy will be created, and this potential energy will be converted to kinetic energy when it is released, right? Stored energy is transferred to arrow when it is released, right? Potential energy to kinetic energy conversion, right? Like that we can see. Now if you just observe primary functions of this limb, so before drawing it is normally like this only, right? This is your limb portion, you can say. And during draw, what will happen? During draw, what will happen? So this limb will be moving from this location to this location like this or not? Yes. So this limb is moving from this location to this location like this. It is moving, or it is moving like this, you can say. And when it is moving like this string is subjected to some tension, obviously, or not? Yes or no? So the string only will be transferring, right? What the string is doing? The string only will be transferring this pull or draw to the limbs. Okay, it is transferring, it is subjected to tension. The tension will be transferred to which one? The tension will be pulling the limb in the inward direction, you can say, right? Like that during draw. This is before draw, this is during draw. And during release, what will happen? After pulling it, we'll be releasing the arrow. No? When you are releasing the arrow like this, what will happen? Again, your limb will be moving from this position to original position like this or not? So it is during release. So what you can say? Whenever you are observing this limb, it is similar to which one? Is it not similar to spring? Yes, of course. Right? Limb works like a spring, storing and releasing potential energy. Right? During draw, what it is doing? It is storing the potential energy. Right? It is storing the potential energy. And during release of the arrow, what it is doing? It is releasing that potential energy. It is just like a spring only or not? Yes or no? Energy storing devices like that. So your limb is acting like a spring, you can say. Now, like that. Here unbraced means there is no string placed, only simple bow is there. Here braced means what? That string is there. So this is fully drawn condition. This is your draw force P or F, and this is fully drawn condition, and this is your draw length. Means original position to this position, how much distance it is moving. And now there are two types of bows we can have. One is simple bow or long bow. Next one is recurve bow. Already it is curved one, but at the limbs end position we are making which one? Another curve, right? A reverse curve. Recurve means what? Reverse curve, right? One curve is like this and we are making a reverse curve in this manner, right? Recurve bow, you can say. So now we'll enter into this question. At full draw condition, an archer applies a pull of 200 newtons. So what is this pull force? What is that pull applied? 200 newtons to the bowstring of the bow shown in the figure. So like that, this is a figure. Let us say that what is that P, you can say 200 newtons is applied, is the pull. Determine the bending moment at the midpoint of the bow. So let us say this point is C. You are asked to identify which one? Bending moment at C. Now consider the draw length as 500 mm, right? Draw length, right? Originally this was the original position of the string. Yes or no? This was the original position, and this is your draw length, you can consider or not. This draw length is which one? 500 mm or 0.5 meters. This B equal to 200 newtons, right? And what else is given? And the length of bow has 200 mm. So what is the total length of the bow or height of the bow? Capital H is 2000 mm. So it will be taken as 2 meters, you can say. Now what else is given? Angle between the bowstring and arrow is 50 degree at the full drawn condition. So at this full drawn condition, angle between the bowstring and arrow, what it is given? 50 degree it is given. That beta equal to 50 degree. Like that, these are the conditions given. And what we need to do? We need to calculate which one? We need to calculate bending moment. And here, when you wanted to calculate the bending moment at this place C, we require which one? At this place B, we require forces or not? Which force is only available? The components of this tension are available. So first we need to find out the tension here now. So for that we'll consider the free body diagram of this point here. Free body diagram, this is pull you are having, and this is arrow, this is your string you are having. So this is your string, upper portion, lower portion string, and this is your pull left hand side, right? And now if we just try to get the relation between this tension and the pull, first we'll get the tension created in the bowstring from the pull applied. From the tension created in the bowstring, we'll calculate the bending moment. This is what we are doing, right? Pull we know. From the pull, tension created in the bowstring. From the tension created in the bowstring, we'll calculate which one? Bending moment. Like that we'll do. And here if you observe, how can you get this? Let us say these are the components you are having. Components of this tension, right? This is beta, let us say. And here also, what are the two components? These are the two components of this tension. So what is this one? This is only beta or not? Yes. What is this component? You can say T cos beta. What is this component? T cos beta. And if you observe sigma fx 0 means sum of the horizontal forces equal to 0. Left hand side P will be there. So minus P. we'll assume left hand side minus, right hand side positive. This one plus t cos beta. This is also right side, so plus t cos beta equal to 0. So then from this, what is the relation you can get? That a tension T equal to P by 2 cos beta. P by 2 cos beta. This is what the relation we are getting between tension and the pull applied. So first step is over. From the pull applied, we have calculated the tension in the string created. Now here when it comes to the when it comes to this free body diagram of this portion BC, yes or no? Because if you wanted to calculate bending moment diagram at C, only you consider this BC portion, right? Either upper portion or lower portion you can consider. Yes or no? Bending moment is what? Algebraic sum of the moments either on left hand side or on either side of this point considered only or not. We are considering BC side. So bending moment at C, if you wanted to get, right? So this tension will be like this, yes or no? At this place it is in this manner means, yes or no? At this place it is in this manner means at the B portion it will be in the opposite direction or not? Yes, obviously. In this direction, what are the two components of this tension you can say? One is vertical component, other one is horizontal component. What is this horizontal component you can say? T cos beta. What is this vertical component you can say? T sin beta. And now if you just observe this bending moment at C, we just observe this bending moment at C, what it is doing? When you stand here and observe, what is this T cos beta is doing? If you just observe here, T cos beta is acting like this now. So left side anti-clockwise means what? It is hogging. So no, it is hogging nature only. So minus, we are using sagging positive and hogging negative sign convention, right? So minus, how much it will be? Minus T cos beta, bending moment about this midpoint C only, no, minus T cos beta into what is this distance? H by 2, no, half of this one, no, half of the bow length, H by 2. And this T sin beta, what it is doing? About this point C, this is also creating which one? Same moment, na? It's a hogging moment only, no? So that also we take it as negative. Minus which one? Minus which one? T sin beta into, what is the distance you are having? T sin beta and point C. What is the distance? Small b, draw length you can say, right? And here if we just substitute this one, from 1 if you substitute, equation number 1 if you substitute, what is that equation number 1? T equal to P by 2 cos beta. If you substitute them, minus I'm taking common just for an example, for easy calculations. T, what you can substitute? P by 2 cos beta into cos beta. Into which one? H by 2. Plus, in place of T, what you can substitute? P by 2 cos beta into sin beta into B. This is what you can say. And now if you simplify this, what you can get? Bending moment at C. If you simplify this, what you'll be getting here? This cos beta cancelled. P into H by 4, right? P into H by 4 or P by 2 into H by 2. And here this cos sin beta by cos beta, what it will become? Tan beta, right? Minus of P by 2 into H by 2. P by 2 into H by 2 plus which one? P by 2 into which one? P by 2 into small b into tan beta. And if we just take this P by 2 outside, because P by 2 is common, P by 2 outside, what it will become? H by 2 plus B small b tan beta. And now, if you observe, what you can get? Minus, what is that P? Pull, how much it is given? 200 newtons is the pull P given, na? Minus 200 newtons divided by 2 into which one? H. What is that H given? What is that H given? Total length of this bow or height of this bow, 2 meter it is given, na? So we'll substitute 2 by 2 plus B. What is that B? Draw length. What is that small b draw length given? 0.5 meters or 500 mm. 0.5 into tan beta. So what is this given angle? Angle between this arrow and this bow string is given as 50 degree. Tan 50 degree. So when you simplify that, what is the bending moment at C we are getting? Bending moments at C equal to minus 159.6 Newton meter. So what is the nature of this bending moment at C? Hogging. Hogging in nature, right? So this is how we'll be getting the relation between a bending moment, bow and an arc, right? So is it clear everyone? Yes, no? No. Whenever you are subscribing for the plus courses, don't forget to use my code RP Civil. When you are using the code RP Civil, then only you'll be getting 10% discount and additional test series I'll be providing, right? And class handwritten notes and everything also I'll be providing you if you are using only my code. And those who are plus students, and there will be doubt clearing session, clearing group is there in WhatsApp also. KP sir and myself will be having. All of you try to join this Telegram group, Engineering Guru Civil Quiz, so that Monday to Friday we are conducting quizzes every day. Okay, thank you. So whenever you are thinking to join the online courses, the best option is Unacademy. But don't forget to use my code RP Civil when you are subscribing for these courses. Thank you. Again, we'll meet in the next video.